everybody, Ali Akbarian, your resident road safety expert from Mobility Engineering, back again for another Q&A. Thank you so much for sending in those questions. We love them, so keep those questions coming in. And also, as we always say with this trusty subscribe pillow, we'd love your support to help us to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So please hit that button down there, show us some love, and help us get to that 1,000 subscribers. All right, so today's question is all about clear zones for wheelchair occupants in the vehicle. So this is something that's been popping up quite a fair bit within the industry, clear zones for the occupant. And people are calling us and saying, what's all this clear zone stuff? What is the clear zones? Where do we find out about it? So the first thing I'll explain is what they are. The clear zones is something that's set within the Australian standard for wheelchair occupants, which is 10542. Basically, it's when the person is seated within their wheelchair and they're inside a vehicle, what kind of space in front of them, behind them, around their head and around their body they need to have clear, basically so they are safe in the event of an accident. This is actually a legal requirement that is written within the standard and basically enforceable by the law, right? But it's something that is not commonly known, but because NDIS has been growing and we're seeing a lot more of these vehicles, we're getting a lot more attention from the governments and they're starting to crack down on these little things like that. So, what is it? As I said, it's the minimum clear space around the occupant when they're inside the vehicle. So for example, if we look at this vehicle over there, you can see we've got the back of the wheelchair accessible caddy. If you had a wheelchair in there, what is the space around the occupant, right? That is what the clear zones are. All passengers must meet these. So where it can be a bit tricky is if you have more than one passenger for a car. You need to make sure that each passenger in that vehicle basically meets the clear zone requirements. Where do we get these clear zones? Well, the standard is actually 10542. It's an Australian standard, and we can put a link down below to the SAI Global Store. But basically, you just go to SAI Global Store, you go buy the standard, it's maybe $200 or $300. And if you are an OT that is prescribing wheelchairs in this space, in this travel space, you actually really do have to have it. I think legally you probably have to have it as well, but you definitely need to have it because you are referring to those clear zones. And what I did was, just for a little bit of fun facts, I'll just show you here. I've actually got a diagram and this is sort of what they look like. So they've got the shaded zones where you're supposed to be clear, and basically you just follow that in the guidelines. It is actually very easy and simple to follow and very easy and simple to decode. It's just that it's a new thing that's sort of popping up on the radar, more so because there's a bit more government crackdown as we get more and more of these vehicles onto the fleet and onto the roads. They're just going to pay a lot more attention to them, and which is great because like our number one value is safety, we want these things to be safe on the roads and in accordance with all the government guidelines. So it's a wonderful thing. We just need to know where to get the information, which is 10542. Check out the diagrams there and away you go. All right. Thanks very much for that. As we always say, keep those questions coming in. We love those questions. Hit that subscribe button down there. We'd love you to help us to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.